wanted to compare these different versions of Burzum's Hvis Lyset Tar Oss unofficial discs compared to the original. These aren't official, they're what they call fanclub replicas or pirate press or whatever. I'm not like a big fan of bootlegs, but I think in certain cases I see this more as a sort of preservation project by the people that do this stuff. I think back in the day, pirate presses were primarily to make a quick buck, trying to scam people into buying what they think is an original press when it isn't. I don't want to go too much into the morality or the ins and outs of a pirate press, but I think for a lot of black metal releases, death metal releases, the official reissues are just so disappointing. They're done with so little care and attention to detail. So yeah, I thought I wanted to talk about the comparisons here. I don't have the black on black issues of these records that I want to go through anymore because I sold them because they're absolutely appalling, to be honest. But we can talk a little bit about those as well. This is the original version of Hvis Lyset Tar Oss. It's got kind of a semi-glossy feel, very beautiful print. It's not fully black, it's somewhere in between dark grey, black. It's very, very dot matrix looking on the original, which for me personally, I think it looks amazing. I know at the time that when they pressed these original versions of this album, it was budget constraints that was the primary factor for the way this looks. Doing it in black and white makes it cheaper. But I really feel that this suits the atmosphere, and it's a shame that they decided to try and improve this picture on the subsequent reissues. So let's take a look at how this looks. So this is practically pretty much like standard for a 90s gatefold, the way it's printed, the way it feels. The paper's kind of thin compared to how vinyl presentation is done these days, but I kind of prefer it. It's more compact, it doesn't feel really heavy. Some people would say this is worse quality paper-wise, but I prefer it. Print quality, the difference between 90s presses and 80s presses compared to 2005, around 2005, I think the way they print vinyl covers is just completely different. It's all digital. There are some amazing quality printers, of course, digital. I don't know how these were printed. I would imagine they're printed using analog press, but I'm just guessing. So yeah, let's have a more in-depth look. This has a sort of photograph quality to it, the way it's printed. It's also semi-gloss, just standard black and white. And I really like it. I've always loved this album. Take a look at the vinyl. So this is done on, which is unusual for the time, I guess, is sort of a coloured vinyl, white marble with this kind of grey spatter. It really suits the album's atmosphere. And then this is the unofficial press. This one is the version that is supposedly a pretty much one-to-one replica of the Misanthropy release. It's printed on glossy paper. Pretty much same thickness of cardboard, actually. Now I'm comparing. It's not too thick, so it's fine. It's darker than the original cover. If we have a look at them to compare, you can see there's quite an obvious difference in tone. I still prefer the original tone, of course I would. It's that's what we're comparing to. But this is almost a pixel perfect duplication of this artwork. There is no visible cropping anywhere to be seen. It's almost like like they had the original templates to go from. You know, it's pretty difficult to print stuff without having bleed, or obviously there will be bleed on this, but to get that 100% right is quite something actually. You can compare the back cover. Again, there is like a tiny bit of cropping on the bottom, I think, but I think otherwise it's like pretty spot on. The only difference in this version is the mastered for vinyl by Drommen Herren. That's not on the original, of course. But otherwise, yeah, it's a 1-to-1 replica. The fonts they're not quite identical. They are the same, but you can see that the detail on these on this original font is slightly thinner, whereas on this one it's a bit thicker. But I mean, this is like it's just nitpicking. It's not supposed to fool you into thinking this is the original, so you know it doesn't matter. But yeah, the font is a bit more bold on the copy, and on the original it's more like it looks better. But yeah, so I think I would think I gave this like 9.5, 9 out of 10 for reproduction. It's obviously not too difficult to reproduce because it is black and white. It scans pretty well. I've actually scanned these myself in a high quality printer, and yeah, the results are very similar. I'm gonna have a look on the inside. So the inside is really impressive because you can barely tell the difference. It's got the same glossy feel as the original. This is the original. This is the copy, and it is, yeah, it's actually spot on. It really is. Can't tell the difference. Same with the text. Let's just have a quick look at the text. I mean, there's nothing special. It's just black and white. So. But it's absolutely spot on. And then we can take a quick look at the actual vinyl. The stickers are slightly zoomed in compared to the original, but not very much. Nothing that's problematic. But it's probably the only thing that's not quite as authentic. It's got white marble with a little bit of grey in it. But yeah, it's not. Probably the camera doesn't even pick it up. It just looks like purely white marble, whereas the original has the pebble dash look. Here's the copy, and here is the original. So looking at the stickers, I mean, I think even the tone is almost 100% the same. I dare say it looks slightly better on the copy, to be fair. But yeah, it's not quality-wise, just the tone is slightly lighter, whereas on the original it's slightly darker. Let's have a look at the extras that come with this. Try and grab them one-handed. So there's the Misanthropy order form. It's practically a Xerox copy. I don't know if it is Xerox, but it's okay. It looks alright. The booklet newsletter. It's I mean it's okay. It's also like, I think probably if they just photocopied it, it would have been better. This looks like it's been copied and printed, which makes the picture doesn't look quite as good. Then it comes with this Supreme Nordic Art. Yeah, I don't think that's how the original looks. Let me check. So I actually keep the original stuff. I've only got the mail order T-shirt and the newsletter, but you can see like the newsletter is not quite as nice looking, but I mean it's just a piece of paper with black and white. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of I think it's called moiring when you take a scan of something. Sort of interferes with the interference patterns when the scan of something. Again, I think if they had just Xeroxed this with a photocopier, it would have been perfect, because practically that's all that is anyway. So that's basically that. I've got another version here. This one is by Pure Holocaust Records, and it is practically the same, except for some reason they flipped the insides. So the text is on the left and the picture is on the right, and then there is the back of the album. We can do a compare. So front cover, I would say the tone on this is almost the same. It's just a little bit darker, and instead of a glossy feel, it's matte. Yeah, this is semi-gloss. It feels semi-gloss, but I would say this is closer to this in terms of feel, and in terms of reproduction, it is almost spot on as well. There isn't very much evidence of cropping here at all. It's a little bit better tone. Which cover do I prefer? It's just a matter of taste, but if we compare the two copies together, there is really no difference. This is much glossier. This is more matte. Yeah, so I think pretty much 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10, whatever, for both. Perfect colours really. The only thing that lets this one down is the inside picture. It's just too dark. There's no detail. If we take the original, there's much more detail in it. It's lighter. This one loses detail on the character's face, and just doesn't have the same feel. It doesn't have the glossy photo feel that you get with 90s records. You know, often when you're looking at a band photo or piece of artwork, it tends to feel almost like, you know, a photograph rather than printed on a bit of paper. But again, it's minor nitpicking details. You know, I would have been absolutely delighted with the Pure Holocaust version if that was the only one I had. Again, it's pretty much similar. This has a bit more pebble dash to it. It's not quite as much pebble dash as the original, but it's, you know, it's good enough. So presentation-wise, again, it's like the stickers are actually better than the original. The original one's really dark. But yeah, you can compare the pebble dash, and not much difference. I haven't spent too much time like trying to listen to the sound. I can't be bothered. It's they're all digitally sourced. Even the original's going to be probably from the same CD master. There's no fucking analog tapes and all this crap and purity and sound. I mean, yeah, people really think that black metal 90s presses were coming straight off the analog tapes. So it's it's bullshit. It's all digital. It's all done digitally, even back then. So that is basically the Pure Holocaust one. Let's have a look at the extras. This one comes with a postcard format, the same as the Cymophane copy, but this is smaller, and it is a postcard. Their insert looks a hell of a lot better. It's almost the same. In fact, I have to be careful now that I don't get stuff mixed up. Yeah, that's the replica. I don't know what I've done now with the original booklet. What the fuck's that one? Anyway, yeah, this is practically perfect reproduction. And the order form, where was that? Oh, I think that was the order form. Yeah, no, I need to double check everything so I don't get stuff mixed up. I thought we'd have a quick look at the CDs. These are original CDs. This is the original Misanthropy press. There is copies of this around as well, and I think they're all pirate presses. One of them reports to be like a repress, but I really don't think it is a repress. The quality of the card on this is like quite high. I had a copy, or what I thought was the repress, and it was really thin paper, and it looked okay, but I mean, it didn't feel the same. It doesn't have this kind of 1990s age to it, so I really believe it's a pirate press. Yeah. And of course, this is basically what the back on black version of the vinyl is based on. It is literally a blown up version of the CD. We can compare how different these are. I mean, it looks good. This looks nice on the CD because it's not blurry. There's quite a lot of detail here, but blown up to LP size, it's just, I don't know, not for me. Basically, this looks almost exactly like the vinyl, of course. There's really no difference, except the lyrics are spread out over two sides. The back on black version duplicates part of the artwork. It's just so cheap. It's just cheap and nasty. It's been the same press they've released since 2005, so that's 20 years of misery for this album. Back on black, they really need to do better. I mean, they have the official license. They've got plenty of money in the till to do a proper job. I've got very high quality scans of all this stuff. I'm not the person who's produced this, by the way, so just to clarify. But I do scan a lot of my albums and remaster the artwork so that there's some kind of preservation of all this stuff. And I've even offered it to Back on Black. I said they could have it for free, but they never replied, so whatever. Yeah, that's basically that album, so I'm going to do Philosopher next.